Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mark. I don't feel like saying Ultimate Gaming Warrior because I don't care. And I'm here this time, not with Tyler, but his good brother, Tim.
Hey, how you doing, everyone? I'm here.
Yes, you are. And today we are here to talk about some bombshells that just got, dropped just, 2 days ago? A day ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, from Comic-Con, which I was watching, actually. I was watching all the way through, but I turned it off, I guess, when those announcements came by. And then when I turned on my laptop, they were there. I'm like, okay. So, yes, this year, we got confirmation on not only the Wonder Woman movie, but we got Justice League.
Yes, we did. A little bit too early, in my opinion, but it was.
Literally, just 3 weeks after we just did our Batman v Superman review, we get Justice League. The thing we were talking about, we were like, oh, I don't know if we'll ever get a Justice League movie. Here it is. We got it.
It's right here.
Trailer.
Yep.
Yeah. It was, oh my gosh! And isn't it? Am I correct? Is it directed by Zack Snyder again?
Yes, it is directed by Zack Snyder.
So that might be the biggest turnoff for people. But hey, I don't know when the movie's coming out, but we've already been seeing a significant trailer to this movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be coming out in November of 2017, which is about a year and a half from now.
Which with Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, they showed for years, just little tiny snippets of the movie's coming, like little teasers, the movie's coming. But they didn't show any actual trailers for quite a while. And then when they ended up showing the trailers, it spoiled everything. But yeah, here we just got a full trailer. The movie's halfway done. It feels like they've already recorded a lot on that. And from what I've heard, the Wonder Woman movie's already done. They're completely finished with it. They're just waiting to release it for the 75th anniversary, I believe.
I believe so. Next year it might be. It might be this year, but I think they're trying to get marketing or something like that. Yeah,
which makes sense. But yeah, so the Wonder Woman's movie is already. I wasn't aware it was that far in development, but It's already done. It's been finished for a couple months now. They said. Yeah. And they're waiting to release that, and then right after that, we get Justice League next year. Oh my gosh! What are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts on that are, I think your theory that you did in the last video was correct, that they're trying to play catch up to Marvel. I don't know. I feel very divided over this, a lot more than I did with Batman v Superman, because with Batman v Superman, I kind of went into it expecting it to really suck. And then I came out and I was like, actually, that wasn't too bad. I mean, it had its bad parts, but it also had some good parts.
I don't consider it a terrible... I've seen it a couple of times since our review and the Ultimate Edition. I'm like, you know what? It's not terrible. It's not Green Lantern bad. It's a bad comic. Yeah, I mean, it's a bad comic movie. It's not very focused, but it's not terrible. I can still have a good time with it if I turn my brain off.
Yeah, I mean, that's
just for some of the things they obviously, now this confirms that they obviously squashed in 2 movies into one just to play catch up. But I can still have a good time with it though.
Yeah, and I mean with Batman v Superman, it was there was these 2 superhero icons going toe to toe with one another. Now when that actually happens in the movie, I enjoyed that, but
for 10 minutes.
Yeah, for 10 minutes. Well, I actually enjoyed the final battle too because of Wonder Woman coming in, but
if she wasn't there, that's the only saving grace of that. If she wasn't there, that would be so foam dead and terrible. I mean, it would just feel like if she wasn't there, it just kind of made it a bit more, I don't know, interesting, because otherwise we would have just got Batman and Superman fighting. Now we're friends. Oh, now here's a bad guy. So really, the movie should have just been called Batman v Superman Doomsday Edition.
Well, it wasn't. Luckily, it wasn't, and luckily they were at least smart enough to figure out. Oh yeah, we got to add Wonder Woman in this.
Yeah, speaking of Wonder Woman, she's been pretty darn busy these last couple of months, I guess.
Yeah, the actress actually. I was just reading up on this before we started the video. She said that she has been filming Wonder Woman nonstop for almost a year now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
oh my god, she's a pretty determined actor. If she's willing to get up and go to work for this 3 movies, every day, there's so many projects she's had to be in the last year. And it's
yeah.
and they released the Wonder Woman trailer and then they immediately released the next one, and she's in it too. Like, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, it's like, does she ever go home?
Well, yeah. I think it's pretty cool actually, because she said that she loves the character, and that's why she was so excited to play Wonder Woman. She cried when she got the role. I personally think she's a great Wonder Woman. I'm looking forward. I'm really looking forward to her solo movie.
Yes.
Because the difference between Justice League and the difference between this Wonder Woman trailer, because we're just going to do this because they came out around the same time, and they're in the same universe. So I mean, of course, we're going to have to compare it. Yes. Wonder Woman to. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go.
Okay. The Wonder Woman trailer to me is showing off a legit movie. Like it looks like a well done movie. It looks like they took time into it to explain her character. They don't always show her in costume, but when she's in costume, she looks fantastic. And it and it looks like a good movie. Justice League. I'm not saying Justice League looks bad. I'm not saying any stretch of imagination, because I'm really looking forward to it. Probably more than any other movie in the world right now.
Suicide Squad?
What?
Which, by the way, we haven't even gotten yet. We've already had like 2 major series movies, like Bombshell that us before we even get the side one. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Suicide Squad, I think is going to be one of those movies where everyone expects it to fail, and when they go to it, it's going to blow everyone's minds. Like we're
definitely going to be coming back together and doing a review on that when we.
Absolutely, yeah. We should get a lot more people to do that, though, not just me or my brother.
Yeah, we will. Like I said, I'm going to try to do that. Just like give me your contacts for your friends and all that. We're going to have like a huge review for that, but.
Yeah.
That looks like, still to this day, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, but like, that's the only thing I was looking for. I wasn't looking forward to Batman v Superman. I was looking forward to that when it came out. Or when I heard, but we still haven't got it, and we already got another main series Batman, like, Justice League movie, like, I'm like, dang, they're working super hard to get all this stuff out. It's like, yeah, it's serious catch up, but
yeah,
I am looking forward to the Wonder Woman movie though. The trailer looked amazing though.
Yeah, I feel like what's going to happen with DC, I'm really hoping this doesn't happen, but I think it's gonna, is that they're burning all their fuel way too quickly. Like, Marvel had a really slow burn. Marvel started out, like, with these kind of not really well-known characters, or, like, Iron Man wasn't really that well-known back in 2008 when the first Iron Man came out, and he's, like, he's, like, the staple Marvel character.
Like, everybody knows who he is now.
Yeah, like,
people know more about Iron Man now than they know about Thor. Still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Thor is still like... Thor wasn't... No one knew about Thor. I mean, I did because my dad... Ironically, lightning's going off right now. Like, I knew about it because my dad and me were huge, like, comic book nerds. But if I wasn't a comic book nerd, I wouldn't know anything about Thor.
Don't say anything bad about Thor. The lightning might strike you.
Yeah. But, like, Marvel had a slow burn. Like, they kind of saw what they should do, and then the Incredible Hulk came out, they saw, oh, yeah, we shouldn't do that. And then the Avengers... Yeah, I mean, well, it didn't fail, but it certainly...
but it's forgettable.
You could forget the movie in T-minus 2 seconds.
Thank you, Jeremy Johns.
Yeah. Shout out to him. And,
yeah, seriously.
And... Like, after the Avengers came out, they were like, okay, so people like a little bit of seriousness, but they like friends. They like friends coming together and doing stuff. And DC kind of gets that, but they're doing it in their own way, which I think is a good thing.
Here's the thing about that, is that, like, I agree with you, because now it seems like they're kind of having, these 2 trailers kind of seem like that the, actors are having, like, a better time, like, they're having a good time with these ones, like, it seems a lot, like, the Justice League movie seems a lot funnier, not just serious. I mean, besides Aquaman, I mean, everything in the trailer looked kind of, like, hilarious, and there's a lot more comedy, and Wonder Woman, even, like, it's like World War I tone, it still looks hilarious, though.
Yeah, I mean, it
seems like they're taking people's advice and changing things that should be changed.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, now that we're seeing, like, stuff like that happen with Justice League, you could almost... For me, that actually makes me appreciate Batman v Superman a little bit more, because Batman v Superman, it gave us all the dark crap, like, really early on, so that for the rest of the movies... Now, this is just for a nerd, like, for a comic book nerd's point of view. This is not smart if you're trying to do it to a general audience, because general audiences are going to look at Batman v Superman and say, oh, this is going to be Justice League. No way I'm going to it. But as a guy who is following these stuff, I can see that and I can appreciate Batman v Superman because now Justice League is going to have Barry Allen being the smart aleck, Bruce Wayne actually smiling once in a while, which is
right.
weird.
You're right. I mean, you are right, but the thing is, like, that kind of, it's at the same time, like, yeah, it's like they're kind of, it's like they got all the darkness and stuff out of the way before, like, so it can kind of make it brighter. I mean, like, the way I see it is, they made the movie, and then they ended up, like I said in the review, because of how people saw, like, Batman v Superman's tone, they went back into Suicide Squad and changed up things and make it a bit happier.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, you can kind of say, you know, it's kind of like the Sonic 06 of the universe, where, like, yeah, this was pretty bad, so, you know, this is what's going to help promote change and make all the movies better and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's at the expense of a good Batman v Superman movie. Now we don't have a great, like, one that everybody was going to want to go watch again, like, 10 years from now. Like, it's kind of like it's like a DC experiment. Like, let's try this first, and if they don't like it, then we're going to change our formula and movies, but they did it on, like, one of the biggest ones, though.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I feel like they kind of knew what they were doing because they knew that Batman v Superman was like bottom of the barrel kind of stuff. Now everyone can say that's not bottom of the barrel. Oh, it's like the fantastic thing in the world. Batman and Superman were always friends. It wasn't until The Dark Knight Returns came out when they actually started fighting. That was only because of moral differences. They never fought to kill each other. And in Batman v Superman, Batman wants to kill Superman, and Superman just thinks Batman's a vigilante who needs to be stopped.
Right.
And so, for me, Batman v Superman was kind of like the early stage. It was the Incredible Hulk of DC. Because if you look at, like, Iron Man, if you compare Iron Man to Man of Steel, they are very similar. They're very, very similar. Like, they're introducing a character. Now, Superman, however, is a lot bigger than Iron Man in terms of general...
I mean, maybe not anymore, but back then... Well, like, you could say now for Marvel, I mean, like, everybody knows who Iron Man is now. And just as much as they probably know who Superman is nowadays. But back then, yeah, I think a lot, like, I don't know, say before Iron Man 1 came out, a lot of people everybody knew who Superman was before.
Yeah, because of, like the Brandon Ruth movie came out, and whether or not that was good doesn't really matter, because people knew who Superman was.
Yeah.
But the MCU came out, and then it got off its feet, especially with the Avengers. And I feel like after Iron Man, then you get a darker character like the Hulk, and the Hulk is if you read the comic books, he's a little bit darker, especially in the newer ones. He's a lot darker than he's portrayed in the Avengers. Now,
I can't wait to see how he gets, because he's going to have his own movie next after all this. So,
I
can't wait to see how they handle that.
That's for a different date. I don't think he's going to, but he's going to be in Thor Ragnarok, and they're going to make him like in Planet Hulk, and I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's going to have his own Planet Hulk movie soon.
Yeah, that's
how they keep that up. But for now, yeah,
that's a different story. What I'm trying to say is I feel like Batman v Superman was kind of Warner Brothers' experiment. Now, for me personally, I do like darker stuff. I think Batman v Superman was excellent. I do feel like there's a lot of flaws, but I could sit down and watch it 20 times over with no problem. But I feel like for a general audience and trying to get a cinematic franchise off its feet, it was
sloppy.
Not good. And you can see traces of that in this Justice League trailer, because like at the very beginning,
let's put it this way: if Justice League ends up having a Ultimate Edition to it, then there's like no hope for this, because like it's sloppy. That's how you know. I mean, you can go.
No, I'm sorry. It's fine.
I just think it's for Batman v Superman, you shouldn't have to have an Ultimate Edition to make I don't know, like the movie was already dark enough on its own, just had a PG-13 rating, like just everything in it, and then they decided to have just a couple weeks later an Ultimate Edition, which is stuff you should have had in the original release, like to help explain. I mean, not so much like the Batman killing him, blood, all that, but the things that help explain what's going on.
What the heck is going on? Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't have that. So it's like, if this movie does that again, and they're like, okay, so here's the Ultimate Justice League Edition. It's like, so, yeah, it's like, that's not fair. Kids can't watch rated R movies all the time, guys. They can't enjoy you don't want to confuse them on PG-13 versions and then find out that, like, later, it all makes sense, guys. You haven't seen the Ultimate Edition yet. Like, that's not fair.
Well, you see, Zack Snyder is actually well known for that, especially, like, he did it. What a lot of people don't know is that he actually did a movie before this. Now let me just give you a little bit of background information on Frank Miller. Frank Miller has written the two best graphic novels of all time, Watchmen and The Dark Knight Returns. Mm-hmm. Zack Snyder is really close in ties with Frank Miller, so he did Batman v Superman, which is based off of Dark Knight Returns, but everyone forgets about Watchmen. Now, Watchmen was actually rated like one of the best graphic novels of all time. It's a DC thing, and when that came out, it was horrible. It was just plain awful. It was it looked pretty much like Batman v Superman, but with Inception themes, pretty much.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and then they had, well, not themes, but like, character designs and all that.
Yeah, designs.
Yeah, and then that came out with an Ultimate Edition. And then 300 came out. Now, 300 wasn't meant to be a good movie. It was meant to be an action movie, and I liked it. But that also had an Ultimate Edition. So if you look closely, it's not really... And then if you also look at the pre-production for Man of Steel, Zack Snyder wanted that to be a 5-hour movie.
What the heck?
I'm not even exaggerating with that. He wanted it to be a 5-hour explanation on the origins
for what again?
For Man of Steel.
For origins of Batman?
No, for Man of Steel. For the origins of Superman.
For a 5-hour movie for Superman.
For Superman.
Which I guess would explain some of the terrible cuts that movie has, or like it just cuts back and forth to big and, I guess, kid. Because, but, yeah, that's not, you don't need that for Superman.
Yeah, it's a 5-hour movie based on the origins.
Reeves got that right.
Christopher Reeves did that in 10 minutes.
Exactly.
He explained the origins of Superman in 10 minutes, and the rest of the movie is just him whining, or not him, but Lois whining and him feeling bad for Lois. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Yeah, but the point is, people don't complain about that. Like, Superman should not be the Hobbit.
Because Batman, or not Batman, why am I saying Batman? I'm sorry. Superman is a character that you don't really need explanation. You want to see him do great things. And in Man of Steel, Man of Steel was a very controversial movie. Yes. They had its bad parts. But when Superman was doing Superman-ish things and not brooding, he did them okay. And that's what people wanted to see. They wanted to see Superman beating, like, the bad guy. Maybe not killing, but,
Yeah, I could say that, from the only thing I took out of Man of Steel, just on its own, is that I liked Henry Cavill and the Superman suit. He looks like the best Superman, like, on screen. It doesn't mean he exactly acts like the best one, but I think, like, he is the best look for a nowadays Superman. But that's about it, because everything else in Man of Steel was, I don't know.
Not good.
Yeah.
I don't want to say garbage, because it's not garbage.
It's not garbage. It's just, like, it's kind of sad when you can only choose out one moment when Superman smiles in that movie, and that's when he's trying to learn how to fly.
Yeah.
And it's like...
That's a good moment for him to smile.
It's a fantastic moment. Like that's the most memorable moment in the movie for me is when he's first like jumping around, learning how to fly, kind of like Hulk jumps around. That's fun. That's fun to watch. But then it doesn't happen again. There's no more of that.
Yeah, and I think it's funny because in the Justice League trailer, I'm gonna give a little synopsis for this. Like the beginning of the Justice League trailer is Batman trying to find all the metahumans and seeing brooding Aquaman while brooding Superman's dead, and that's the thing that bothers me. Maybe that's why I feel like it's such a bare bones movie, because we're missing a lot of the core Justice League characters, like Superman.
I mean,
or Green Lantern.
I mean, obviously, I think we all know Superman is going to somehow push his way into the movie.
I mean, I know he's going.
I know he's going to do it. He can't. He's still alive. We saw him at the very end of Batman v Superman. He's still alive. So somehow,
there's plenty of theories why he could come back, but I'm gonna save that for later. Yeah. Just my biggest thing is that I know. I'm honestly glad that they didn't reveal Superman in this trailer, because that would have made me like...
That would have ticked me off, actually, if they did that. It's like, you just got done with the other movie. It's like, so people who haven't seen the movie yet, and now they're going to see this new trailer for this movie. Guess what, guys? He's still alive.
I guess for me, it just kind of ticks me off, because it's like... It doesn't feel like a Justice League. It feels like... I mean, I know it's the origin. I know it's the origins of the Justice League and all that, but it just doesn't... I don't know. Something just doesn't feel right with me. It feels so... It's not even like the dark concept of it. It's like it's so bare bones.
No, another thing, like this is really not even this is not even really the beginning of the Justice League. We got the beginning of the Justice League in Batman v Superman just through emails.
Yeah.
Why would you have that in there? at all if you're going to plan to show us a trailer of Justice League the same year the movie comes out. Move that out of the movie, and then you could just like somehow, I don't know, like maybe say like they put that at the very end of the credits of say Batman v Superman, like just like
that
a
would make
short
sense.
scene. But it's a 10-minute sequence, right in the middle of Batman and Superman are fighting. Like it's like if we obviously plan to show a Justice League trailer the same year, where we're getting everybody together. A movie that is going to show everybody getting together, then why show them getting together in a movie that has nothing to do with that?
My best guess is to explain how Superman or how Batman and Wonder Woman find all the metahumans. That's right, my best guess.
But we also see in the Justice League trailer that they're already both together doing that, like like they're both just like talking normally and like just like talking like normal people, just like okay, so who are we gonna find next? It's kind of like X-Men. First Class, like where they're just trying to find the other X-Men people, like they're just going out and looking for people.
Yeah,
that's how it is. Like in the Justice League trailer, it's just showing them sitting around talking, like, okay, so who should we find next?
I think
if they have that, then why have a little cameo scenes in Batman v Superman? That just kind of seems sloppy.
I think what they should have done in Batman v Superman is like have 2 seconds of like a computer screen showing the Justice League symbols and then cutting out like that, not showing.
Yeah, and I would have liked that 10 times more than what we got. Still.
Yeah.
I mean, would it still be kind of forced? Yes, but it's not in your face like a 10-minute sequence.
Yeah.
But it has to show that her opening up emails and seeing every single one of them. It's like, why do that when we're gonna have a movie 1 year later that explains all that anyway again?
Yeah.
Where they all
and everyone's biggest complaint with that scene is that they show all of their symbols before they're made and all this stuff, and I'm like, well, they're. Well, my argument with that is that they kind of already are superheroes, but they're not really revealing themselves to the public, kind of like the New 52. Now, this isn't me saying that that's a brilliant idea for because I think that's kind of stupid, because you don't show the logos off in a Batman v Superman movie.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
Like, I mean, it makes sense because they're superheroes now. Like, Aquaman, Flash is already Flash, Cyborg's already Cyborg.
But I think is in this movie, like it showed and going back to Batman v Superman, they already have like sigils for all of them. When half the things were just showing like how Cyborg was being made, he wasn't even a superhero yet. He had no plans to be a superhero after that, I don't think. And then Aquaman,
and then the symbol shows
Aquaman
up
looked like he wanted to be left alone in that. And then I mean, the only one here who was in that movie already full superhero was Wonder Woman, because she already has Flash explaining that. And I guess the Flash, yeah, I mean, like he's kind of like the Spider-Man of this universe. Like he's learning about his powers and he's already helping people out. But but he's not like a full blown, like I don't think he had his costume yet and all that, like until Justice League comes out. So it's like, all right. So yeah. Okay, you go.
Alright. I think one of my biggest disappointments with the trailer is something that happened with Age of Ultron. I love Age of Ultron. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. I hate the design for Ultron so bad. I hate the design for Ultron. I love Ultron's character. He's amazing. But my goodness, how is it that you can build facial features that just randomly move like people? How do you have a neck that has protruding arteries? You're a robot.
Yeah, it's Transformer, yeah.
And it's the same thing with Cyborg. Cyborg looks like Cyborg. I'm fine with that. But he looks like he just taped silver cardboard all over him and said, "Ooh, look at me, I'm a robot now." Yeah,
which I don't like the way it looks in this Justice League, but yeah. I guess we're pretty much upset at what we have to say. I mean, I can just say I am excited for Wonder Woman, but I'm very, very optimistically, cautiously optimistic for Justice League.
Yeah, I think that's a good term for it, because Aquaman could be good. Aquaman for me is another kind of character where I'm just like, he could be good, he could be bad. But I think Aquaman is like the first character in this whole series where I'm like, it's going to be bad. Because like Batman v Superman, I was like, it's going to be great. And it wasn't too great, but I still like it. And then Man of Steel, it's going to be great. And like Wonder Woman, she's going to be great. I think Aquaman is seriously the first character I'm like, he's going to suck.
Yeah. So,
I feel like,
I mean, we'll have to find out in the upcoming months, because they're obviously probably this year going to keep showing more trailers. Like, even though it's coming out next year, they're obviously going to keep showing more stuff on it. So,
yeah.
We'll just have to like wait till then. But
And if they reveal...
any last things you want to say?
Well, the last thing I want to say is that I don't want to see Steppenwolf in the trailer, because if they reveal him like they revealed Doomsday, I'm going to be really not happy.
Yeah, they're probably they're probably going to show off Brainiac or something next. I don't know what the villain's going to be, but it's either going to be. Here's what I think. Just to end this off, they're either going to bring. I mean, we know for a fact that Superman's going to come back in this movie. So I mean, there's no. It's not Justice League without him. So either he ends up becoming the bad guy, like all the Batman bad dreams have been in Batman v Superman, or he wakes back up or something, and something happened when he woke up, and he becomes like Injustice kind of thing. Which could happen just because Zack Snyder likes doing weird things with this universe. He could change whatever he wants to, or he comes back, is just hiding around, and then is still Superman, but behind the scenes, and then suddenly we get Brainiac. That's what I think is going to happen.
I think they're going to do Injustice, but what everyone misses in Injustice is that there's a good and a bad Superman. Because if you read the Death of Superman storyline, two people who claim to be Superman appear. One who looks like Superman, and one who's in a black suit Superman. Black suit Superman is the original, but the new Superman was made by Lex Luthor as a clone. Now, I don't believe that Lex Luthor is going to clone that, but I do believe that an alternate universe Superman, or maybe some creation of Darkseid, I don't know, some other evil Superman is going to appear in that vision. He's going to just almost kill Batman, and then Superman comes in, like original Superman comes in, saves the day, Justice League, there we go, end of story. There we go.
So we'll have to see. Yeah, I just hope it's not what I think, what everybody is saying right now, that it's going to be Superman ends up becoming bad. Because guess what? Even though we've had Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, we still technically had not had a real Superman yet. He's still learning about who he is. He never smiles. Like he's not the hero everybody wants him to be yet. So to suddenly make him go bad out of nowhere, will just it'll ruin it for me. Like, so it's like we got him. We got Superman, yes, we finally got a Man of Steel movie, which he's still learning about himself. And Batman v Superman, he's still kind of learning about himself and feels obligated to help everybody, so he's not really a happy superhero yet. And then suddenly you turn him evil. It's like, so then what's the point? I don't know, so we'll have to see about that. But yeah, that's pretty much all the time we have. Any last things you want to say, Tim?
The last things I want to say is that I think Man of Steel was the origin, Batman v Superman is the death, Justice League will be the resurrection, and then that'll be him in his perfect form. Justice League, cool. Batman and the Flash scene was probably my favorite scene in the trailer. That was hilarious. Wonder Woman looks good. Aquaman, I'm hoping he's good, but I don't think he's going to be. Cyborg looks like Cyborg, but also doesn't look like Cyborg. It's really weird for me. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I think I agree with you. I'm cautiously optimistic over this movie. It looks like it can be a good movie. It looks like it could be a terrible.
Yeah, we don't have a villain or anything yet, so we don't have much to go on. Except for the fact that he's finding him. He's looking.
Well, they do have a villain. It is going to be Steppenwolf, like in Batman v Superman. They confirmed that. They haven't chosen an actor for him yet, which is kind of weird because he's in Batman v Superman. I don't really know.
But yeah, so that's all the time we have. Tell us what you guys thought about these two trailers.
Yes, leave a comment down below. It would be really appreciated.
Right, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to think about that, so
just do something. I don't know. Say something cool about the
do something. I don't know. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know. Just do something.
Do something.
Well, we'll definitely probably have more to talk about when there's more trailers coming out for this.
Or when Suicide Squad comes out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or when Suicide Squad.
Yeah, well, that'll be the next thing we probably do, actually, because we're not probably doing anything until up to then. It comes out in a week or so, or a couple weeks, so.
2 weeks.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to say, Tim, before we sign off?
Nope. I just want to say thank you very much for having me again. Thank you for inviting me. I hope to be back sometime, definitely. Okay, yeah, well, we'll probably be doing this again when we see more stuff on this. And you can also you'll see him again in Suicide Squad when we do that. Oh, yeah.
yeah, so what do you guys think about this? Comment below, and if you like this, then press the subscribe buttons to see more, because we're definitely going to be doing more in the upcoming months. We have a lot to see.
Yeah, and subscribe to his channel. If you want to hear more with me, and you want to hear more with Mark or my brother or anyone else, just subscribe to his channel. It's a cool channel.
Thank you. And with all that said, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time on another discussion video. And I still don't know what to think about this. But hopefully, whatever it is, it'll be a good one. So, with all that said, I'm Mark, that's Tim, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Goodbye. See you guys later. Bye.